everyone, and welcome back. So today I'm going to show you something interesting in my opinion. I'm going to show you how to make a seafood sauce, or sort of like a dipping sauce. So not the typical seafood cocktail, the red sauce that you buy at the food store, I guess the one with the horseradish, but I'm going to show you a totally different one that I think is very nice. So here are the ingredients you're going to need to make this sort of sauce. So you're going to need some dill, some parsley, some fresh garlic, lemon, mainly lemon juice, a bell pepper, any color you like, green onion, and cherry tomatoes and lettuce is just for decorating when we're plating the seafood. And you can use any kind of cooked seafood. So I'm using these ones here today, so the octopus and the shrimp, and these are already cooked. I bought them frozen, cooked from the store, so they just unfroze, and that's what I'm using. But you can also bake mussels and use in this recipe, or any kind of seafood, just make sure you cook it. So that's the seafood I'm going to use today. And to make the actual sauce, you'll need a few ingredients. So you'll need some regular water, some balsamic glaze, so this is very thick balsamic sauce, like balsamic vinegar, but very thick. Soy sauce, just regular balsamic vinegar, any kind you have. Some red pepper flakes if you like it spicy. You can also use just like a small chili pepper. You can just cut it and place it into the bowl instead of the dry one. Some grain mustard. And the last ingredient that's pretty important, I think, is the oyster sauce. So this one here will make the sauce thicker and adds a nice taste, so I like using that. Okay, so to begin, let's just cut our ingredients. So you want to take your parsley and your dill, and you're just going to finely chop it and place it into a bowl. Next ingredient you want to cut is just your green onion. So I'm just going to cut off the ends, cut in half, and you're just going to finely chop it and add it to the same bowl. Now let's work on your bell pepper. So I'm just going to use like a quarter of a bell pepper today. So what you want to do with it is very finely, try and go as finely as you can. So make very thin strips like this, and then sort of make tiny cubes out of it and add it to the same bowl. So some kind of pieces like this, not very big. And I should also mention that don't use the green bell pepper. Go for one of the colorful ones like red, yellow, or orange, just because they're more sweet, so they'll taste better in this recipe. I should also mention that the amount of the bell pepper and the green onion and the greens you use in this recipe really depends up to you. So if you want your sauce to be more thick and have more vegetable, put more. If you want it more liquidy, of course, add less. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is just grate some garlic, and I like garlic, so I'm gonna use 4 like medium sized, one even big one, cloves of garlic, and you can always put these through the garlic press. If you don't have either or, you can very finely chop your garlic as well. Okay, so the rest of the ingredients will be all the liquid ingredients that I'm gonna show you in a minute of how much to put of each. Okay everyone, so let's add some red pepper flakes, and like I said, if you don't want spicy, don't add it. And how much you want to add is really up to you. I usually add about a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half, but I like spicy. So the next thing we're gonna add is the soy sauce, and you're gonna go ahead and put 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. You're also going to put 4 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. And the same for the oyster sauce, also 4 tablespoons. Now let's add 2 tablespoons of the grain mustard, 1 tablespoon of this balsamic glaze, and also 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now let's mix this. And to the sauce, you can also add some salt and pepper, depending, like black pepper, depending on your taste preference. But I find this salty enough, like I actually add water to make the sauce a little bit more liquidy and a little bit less sour and less salty. So I don't think you need to add any salt to this, but it's always up to you. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna add just some regular boiled water or bottled water. just regular room temperature, and I do it, like I said, to create consistency that's more liquidy and to narrow down the sourness and the saltiness. So this you really do up to your own liking, so look for the consistency you like in your sauce. As well as at this point, just taste it. So I usually add at least like a cup of this and taste it and see if it's good enough for you, or if you want to add more water. This is really something you should figure out for your own taste preference. So that's it for the sauce, and I'm going to show you the way you can present it for yourself, for your loved ones, or guests in a minute. Okay everyone, so I'm going to show you one way you can present this. So just take a little bowl and you can place the sauce into the bowl. Okay, and then you can just place your seafood just on this plate, and I always like to add some greens. So you can place the seafood right on your lettuce. So I'm just gonna make like a bed out of lettuce. And so you can just take your octopus and you can just place it around. Like that. We can add a little bit more greens, so we can place some shrimp on here as well. So you just take your shrimp and you're gonna place some just over here. And now just to add some color, you can always add some lemon, because lemon is very nice to squeeze over your seafood. And just to add a few pops of color, you can just put some cherry tomatoes around. So that's one way you can present this to your guests or to your loved ones. So here is the final product that will show you how you can present it, and that is how it looks at the end. So one more thing that I wanted to show you is, because this sauce is still pretty liquidy, as you can tell. So the way you can eat it is you just take it into a spoon and add like a shrimp or a piece of seafood and just eat this whole spoon together. That's the way it's easier, because otherwise too much will just come off and you won't be able to taste all these vegetables. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye.